here.
Here we go.
Big events fuel the pursuit for the ultimate prize.
5, go! Come on! Hello, hello! There it is! What a putt.
And every week is a chance to get out early, setting the pace for the rest to follow.
Let's go! You did it, baby!
The race for the FedEx Cup has begun.
I'm your host, Stephen Colbert, and you are?
Weeknights on CBS.
Right now at 5, first they lost their job, and now a former Wisconsin hospital worker is in jail, potentially facing criminal charges for ruining vaccines. Despite the extension of a federal moratorium on evictions, we could see a flood of them right here in Wisconsin in the new year. And we'll also, served by a life of service, Fred Risser talks about what comes next after 64 years in politics.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. It's going to be a cold and quiet New Year's Eve, but our First Warn weather team is keeping an eye on what could be a snowy start to 2021 for some of our viewers. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Kanalt. Happy New Year, Gary.
Happy New Year, Susan. I think all of us would be glad to get 2020 behind us, but for some of us, we'll see a snowy start to 2021. Now, right now, Doppler track is very quiet across Wisconsin. We've had a lot of clouds, but parts of the area have actually cleared out for a bit, and high-resolution radar doesn't show anything across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now are in the upper teens to around 20 degrees. Because we'll see a little bit of clearing this evening, those temperatures will drop off. We do have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow. We've shifted this to mainly tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for areas south and east of Madison, where perhaps as much as 1 to 4 inches of snow accumulation may occur, especially for areas down toward the Illinois state line. There could be some freezing drizzle as well. If you live in Madison and areas to the north and west, you may not see any snow at all. For tomorrow, look for temperatures to gradually, for tonight, look for temperatures to drop to around 10 degrees around midnight. Then we'll see skies turn cloudy overnight and perhaps some light snow developing during the afternoon tomorrow. Again, from Madison to the south and east, high temperature at 30 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that actually includes pretty quiet weather for the first week of 2021.
All right, that's good to hear. Thank you, Gary. You won't see any City of Madison snowplow trucks out before the storm. The Streets Division says they are not pre-treating the roads with brine because they believe there is still some residue from the last snowstorm on the main roads. You can stay up to date on the winter storm by downloading our weather app. The free app features hour-by-hour forecasts, radar, and road conditions. Just search Channel 3000 Weather and Traffic app in your phone's app store. In other news tonight, the Aurora hospital worker who intentionally ruined about 500 doses of Moderna's coronavirus vaccine in Grafton has been arrested. Grafton police say they are recommending charges of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, adulterating a prescription drug, and criminal damage to property. Aurora Medical Center Grafton says the former employee took 57 vials out of a pharmacy refrigerator last week and left them out overnight, ruining most of the doses. 57 people who received vaccines from those vials may need to get the vaccine again.
There is no evidence that the vaccinations pose any harm to them, other than being potentially less effective or ineffective. We have been in communications with Moderna, and they have reassured us there are no safety concerns about administering vaccine that may have been out of refrigeration for too long.
The suspect is being held in the Ozaukee County Jail. The motive remains unclear. COVID-19 cases are continuing to increase in Wisconsin. Health officials and county dashboards show 4,031 new cases in the state, including 34 new deaths. That brings the total in the state to 481,451 cases and 4,938 total deaths. Wisconsin hasn't recorded 4,000 cases since December 8th. We are eventually going to have to deal with a very expensive and difficult decision next year. Find a way to help many people pay the rent that they owe or watch them end up homeless. Our Adam Duxter joins us live tonight from Madison's East Side with why some are so worried about evictions and homelessness getting much worse in the coming months, even with a federal deadline pushed back. Adam?
Well, there's been a homeless camp here at McPike Park on Madison's East Side for the better part of the year so far. But tonight, in freezing temperatures and cold and snow, dozens are still out here. And those we spoke with today say if nothing changes, they're worried as 2021 goes on, more people and more families can find themselves in the exact same situation. Now, one advocate I spoke with today says despite the state providing $25 million of rental assistance this summer, many are still struggling and many are still behind. And Community Action in Rock County used up its $1 million share in just 12 weeks. And the group's director says the coronavirus is opening many eyes to a tough reality.
COVID's given people more of a perspective in terms of understanding how close all families are, or most families are in the state, to poverty or to homelessness. Most families in this community are only 2 or 3 paychecks away from being in the circumstance that some of the families we work with all the time are. And I think that it's important. I think that's been important for people to understand. None of us are that far away from this situation.
And Executive Director Mark Perry says they're still trying to help families in Rock County just about any way they can. Coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6, we'll show you what life looks like for folks living here at McPike and introduce you to someone who's trying to help advocate for people living here each day.
We'll see you tonight at 6. Adam, thank you. The government reports another 787,000 Americans filed first-time claims for jobless benefits during the Christmas week. It's a decline from the week before and slightly better than economists predicted. But claims were still 3.5 times higher than this time last year. In addition to regular jobless claims, more than 308,000 workers filed for aid under the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program last week. It is a happy ending to 2020 for one local woman. Sandra Eben was discharged from Unity Point Health Meriter today. She's battled at the hospital for 65 days with COVID. Eben missed Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas with her family while she recovered. Today, she was finally reunited with her husband and grandchildren. She'll continue recovering at a rehab facility. Over 650 COVID patients have been discharged from Meriter. That's a happy sight to see. 3 Columbia Correctional Institution staff members were assaulted by inmates last night in 2 separate attacks. A Wisconsin Department of Corrections official says in the first attack, an inmate punched 2 staff members. Both were taken to a nearby hospital. One had a large cut on their forehead. About 3 hours later, another inmate hit a staff member with an object. The Department of Corrections says that staff member was also taken to the hospital. They say one of the bones near his eye was broken and he had a severe gash that needed stitches. A brother and sister from Wisconsin have died in Florida after their vehicle was hit by a wrong-way driver who was running from police. It happened Tuesday night in the Daytona Beach area. Deputies say the suspect was going 120 miles per hour with his headlights turned off, driving a car stolen at gunpoint in another county. The suspect spun into a U-turn in the middle of I-95, racing down the interstate in the wrong direction. The suspect slammed into an SUV head-on. Inside was a family visiting Florida from Omro, Wisconsin. 21-year-old Dominic Millis and 18-year-old Danica Millis died in the crash.
I just can't imagine being a parent and grandparent, how that family feels right now. 2 of your 3 kids are dead. For what? For what?
Both Dominic and Danica are organ donors. Officials say they were on their way back from seeing holiday lights at Daytona Speedway with their cousins. President Trump returned to Washington this afternoon from Florida as an electoral college challenge is taking shape in Congress. The president tweeted a pre-recorded New Year's message touting his administration's handling of the pandemic and the economy. The president's legal team has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn his loss in Wisconsin. So far, the High Court has refused to hear any election-related cases. President Trump is also pushing a fight on Capitol Hill for January 6th, when Congress meets to count electoral votes. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley says he will object during that count.
You've got 74 million Americans who feel disenfranchised. This process right here, my one opportunity to stand up and say something.
On Capitol Hill, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked Democrats' attempt to bring a clean vote on $2,000 stimulus checks for the third day in a row. The Senate also continues to debate a measure to override the president's veto of the National Defense Bill. That vote is expected to take place tomorrow. State Senator Fred Risser is wrapping up a long career in the Wisconsin State Legislature, the longest of any legislator in the country. Our Amy Reed sat down with him to talk about what's next after 64 years at the Capitol. Amy?
Well, Senator Risser likes to point out he lives right by the Capitol, so in a way, he's not going anywhere. Risser was first elected in 1956, and aside from a move from the Assembly chambers to the Senate, he's stayed put. He credited his success to his regular communication with his constituents and said he always told his staff to make time for people who wanted to talk with him. Earlier this year, he announced he wouldn't seek re-election, partly because of his age, but also saying he's had his time.
It'll be a new experience. I haven't had that experience in the last 64 years, so we'll find out. It'll be interesting, and I'm sort of looking forward to the new life I'm going to have.
Some of my favorite parts of talking with Risser was learning about how politics has changed since he first got into office. And this Sunday on For the Record, I'll show you what he thinks is different and whether he thinks it was for the better. For now, Risser is looking forward to more time with family, but he said he'll stay engaged with politics because that's what you do in a democracy.
End of an era for sure. Amy, thank you. And just a reminder, you with Senator Risser this Sunday morning on For the Record, 10:30 a.m. right here on News 3 Now. There's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5. When we come back, 2020 probably wasn't the best year, but to end on a positive note, we asked people to describe 2020 in one word and tell us the best thing that happened. We'll hear some of those answers. Our Jamie Perez has that story when we come back. Final day of stocks in 2020. The Dow closed up nearly 197 points. The Nasdaq was up 18 and the S&P was up 24. We'll be right back.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's New Year's Flash Sale. 4 days only. Celebrate 2021 with 21% off everything in the store. Save 21% off sofas, mattresses, and more. Plus, get 1 year free financing. Don't miss the New Year's Flash Sale only at A1 Furniture and Mattress. A1Furniture.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Was the holiday season, and as is often the case, magic was found in an unlikely place. Molly tried her best to make introductions. Dad couldn't see past his grown-up assumptions. But thanks to fresh ham and warm apple pie, Dad was finally able to see with fresh eyes. With the freshest assortment to make everyone's faves, the happiest holidays start with Pick and Save.
Took down the tree. That means it's time to put 2020 in the rear view and get to the final days of the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event. It's your last chance for our best offers of the season across the Ford lineup. So hurry in today. The Ford Built for the Holidays sales event ends soon. Now get the Built Ford Tough F-150 STX for just $299 a month during the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales event.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's New Year's Blast Sale. 4 days only. Celebrate 2021 with 21% off everything in the store. Save 21% off sofas, mattresses, and more. Plus, get 1 year free financing. Don't miss the New Year's Blast Sale only at A1 Furniture and Mattress. A1Furniture.com.
Tonight at 6, the FBI is now investigating after a Milwaukee area employee intentionally left COVID vaccines out of the refrigerator. And Wisconsin's ban on evictions ends tonight. We'll hear from a local nonprofit about the impact in our area.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now First Warn Weather so you always know what's headed our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back, everyone. We're just a few hours away from the start of the new year. Times Square in New York City doesn't look the way it normally would tonight. The ball will still drop at 11 o'clock Central, though. Times Square is closed to the public due to COVID concerns. If you watch the ball drop on TV, the spectators that you'll see are cast members, and they have all been pre-screened for the COVID virus. It's harder to think of the good moments in 2020 than all of the bad that's happened this year, but when you do, you realize that those moments are there. And in an effort to leave this year on a good note, we asked you some simple questions. Jamie Perez shares your answers.
Well, it's easy for a lot of us to say that 2020 was probably the worst year ever. But after talking to some people today, it wasn't all bad. To end the year with some laughter and joy, I set up my camera at Elver Park and asked people.
If you could describe 2020 in one word, what would that word be?
Different.
Crazy.
Not bad. Probably fun.
Probably crazy. Probably disappointing for me.
Self-reflection.
Word would be growth. Would be a good word.
I think my word would probably be priorities.
Different strokes for different folks. To end the year right, what's the best thing that happened to you this year?
This year, I got to spend a lot more time with my daughter at home, so it was a lot of fun.
We got married this year, so that was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Just realizing what's important. Realize that like every day can be good, even if there's bad in it.
Sledding. Playing video games with my family. I got a kitten in October.
Just getting more involved in what we feel like is important, and racial justice and a lot of the social issues going on.
Probably not getting coronavirus.
So you can think of 2020 as bad or good. It really just depends on your perspective and what you make of it. But for the next year, I challenge you to think positive, be positive, and be good and kind to yourself and others. Wishing you a very happy new year. I'm Jamie Perez for News 3 Now.
Jamie, thank you so much. The annual tradition of setting goals and resolutions takes on much greater importance this new year, and that's what a UW Health psychologist told us today. Dr. Shyla Murgain says if you're setting goals for the new year, try to set small, achievable ones instead of big ones. Dr. Murgain says the start of the new year is all about resetting ourselves. She also says that many of us have gained a new perspective on life due to the pandemic.
In the face of the pandemic, I think it's really highlighting that we don't necessarily need more material things, but really we want experiences and we want to connect with people. We want to show up authentically.
And Dr. Murgain says you shouldn't be afraid of the challenges and struggles you faced in 2020. Instead, learn from them in 2021. That's good advice. Well, we certainly got some lessons and reminders in winter weather this week, and more is on the way very soon. Chief Meteorologist Gary Kanalt has the forecast. Gary?
Susan, I want to temper this by saying really it's areas south and east of Madison that will be most affected by this next storm. It's shifted far enough south that areas north and west of Madison may miss out on most, if not all, of the snow and freezing drizzle. But we do have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow evening for light snow of about 1 to 4 inches mixed with some freezing drizzle. Heaviest snow will be down toward the Illinois state line. So if you do have travel plans tomorrow that take you to the south, keep that in mind. And if you have plans farther to the south, you may want to rethink them, and I'll show you why in just a minute. The storm is still back over Texas. A lot of snow over central Texas with rain in the eastern portion of the state. But on the east side of the storm, take a look at this. a New Year's Eve tornado watch in effect until 9 p.m. for the possibility for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes across parts of Louisiana and East Texas. But the northern portion of the storm, as it lifts northward, will be affecting mainly southeastern Wisconsin. Areas north and west of Madison, again, may miss out altogether. There are winter weather advisories just to our south, but farther to the south, across central Illinois, going down like I-39 south of Rockford toward Bloomington Normal, they're under an ice storm warning for tomorrow for the potential for significant amounts of ice accumulation. Snowfall amounts, we're thinking about 1 to 4 inches, maybe the 4-inch amounts east of Beloit, right along the Illinois state line, but north and west of Madison, little if any accumulating snow. The ice accumulation highest to the south, up to a ½ inch of ice accumulation over parts of central and north central Illinois. So again, travel plans to the south, especially on I-39 south of Rockford, you may want to rethink them and wait until after tomorrow night, because after that, we'll see a quiet period of weather. On future track, you can see how the clouds thicken up later on tonight, which see a quiet New Year's Eve evening, but notice the precipitation arriving tomorrow afternoon. But look at how sharp the cutoff is. We've got a northeasterly wind flow that's flowing some dry air into the northern part of the storm, while a big surge of moisture moves in from the south. That's a good setup to get that freezing rain going across central Illinois. The northern parts of the system will be snow, but it moves off to these pretty quickly. So by Saturday morning, already we're starting to see breaks in the clouds. Saturday, we should be looking at partly sunny skies, high temperatures around 30, and Sunday, pretty much the same story, looking for high temperatures around 30 with at least a few breaks in the clouds. 3 things you need to know: cold and quiet New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's storm, mainly southeast of Madison. Again, some freezing drizzle mixing in with the snow, and then mainly dry conditions beginning this weekend and lasting through the first part of next week. For the overnight hours, look for a low of 10 right around midnight. So if you're going out around midnight, it's going to be cold. We'll turn cloudy overnight, and then for tomorrow, look for skies to be mostly cloudy, not as cold, light snow in the afternoon south and east of Madison, high temperature 30 mixed with a little freezing drizzle. This starts at midnight. Notice temperatures in the mid-20s by tomorrow morning. And then we'll look for that snow mainly south and east of Madison with a sharp cutoff on the northern end. Then that all shifts off to the east by midnight tomorrow night, and we're back to quiet conditions as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Snow amounts perhaps as much as 3 to 4 inches right along the Illinois state line, an inch or two from Madison on toward the south and east. 7 to 10 day forecast. Notice how quiet the weather is for the first part of next week. Some flurries on Monday night, maybe some light snow from Wednesday into Wednesday night, and some chances for snow after that, but nothing really high for any particular day. As we take a look at first warning traffic, things very quiet out there. People are heeding the advice to stay home on this New Year's Eve. No problems on the Beltline, I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison, heading down towards Janesville and Beloit on I-39, 90, no problems there, as well as I-94 eastward toward Milwaukee, and north of Madison, no problems on I-39 into central Wisconsin, I-90, 94 through the Dells, and US 151 into the Fox Valley. That is your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thanks so much. Still to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5, how the Duke's Mayo Bowl is turning the Badgers' trophy-dropping mishap into an opportunity to help out those in need. We'll tell you how you can help coming up ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, you took down the tree.
That means it's time to put 2020 in the rear view and get to the final days of the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event. It's your last chance for our best offers of the season across the Ford lineup. So hurry in today. The Ford Built for the Holidays sales event ends soon.
Get F-150 with $95.22 in total savings, plus $1,000 trade assist during the final days of the Built for the Holidays sales event.
This is the big one, folks. The Brothers Maine Everything's on Sale sale. Right now, you'll get everything from Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana with blowout savings, like a Maytag washer for $3.99 and a Maytag dryer for just $3.99. And you'll always get more from the More store, like our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. The Everything's on Sale sale, with more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction on everything. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
2020 got you feeling like your life's on pause? Get moving again at Planet Fitness during our big end-of-year sale. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Now through December 31st. And end the year on the right or left foot with tons of variety and space in our squeaky clean clubs. And use our app's new crowd meter to pick the best time to visit. Join for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Hurry! The big end-of-year sale ends December 31st.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
Get the everyday items you need at Menards. Procter & Gamble has the brands you can trust, whether you need Puffs facial tissue or a bottle of Era detergent. Right now, stock up on all Procter & Gamble products. Continue cleaning up with Libman. They're sure to have the right products for the job. A precision angle broom with dustpan is now only $7.99. Stop waiting and start saving right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Right now at Steinhafels, take your sleep to the next level with Tempur-Pedic's new Ergo Extend Smart Base powered by Sleep Tracker AI. Tempur-Ergo Smart Base is designed to help you get the best night's sleep by automatically adjusting your position while you sleep to help reduce snoring. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at only $21.99 and get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Plus, get Steinhafels special financing and free delivery. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
We're going to find the perfect treat.
We're going skating. We're going to Nana's.
Wherever you go this holiday, Chevy can help you get there.
Which is why we're making our Chevy employee discount available to everyone.
The Chevy price you pay is what we pay.
Not a cent more. So wherever you go, happy holidays from Chevy.
Now through January 4th, use the Chevy employee discount for everyone to get over $5,800 below MSRP on this Equinox. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Welcome back, everyone. The Badger men's basketball team played for the last time this year. In a border battle, the 6th-ranked Badgers defeated the 21st-ranked Minnesota Gophers 71-59. Micah Potter had his second double-double of the year, leading the Badgers with 18 points and 11 rebounds. Sports director Zach Hanley will have the full highlights coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 6. Well, you may have seen the video of Badger quarterback Graham Mertz breaking the Mayo Bowl trophy. Well, the replacement has turned into memorabilia for a very good cause. The Duke's Mayo Bowl posted on its Twitter page that it's selling these Duke's Mayo Bowl trophy shirts. After Mertz dropped the trophy, a Mayo container was taped to the trophy. The Mayo Bowl says it's partnering with Home Field Apparel to celebrate the Broken Bowl trophy, and all of the proceeds from the shirt sales will go to a local food bank in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a way to do something good out of a bad situation. Well, before you rush to say goodbye to 2020, you may want to take a moment to remember something that disappears tonight at midnight. After 20 years, today is the last day the home of the Milwaukee Brewers will be known as Miller Park. Starting tomorrow, the stadium will be known as American Family Field. The name change is part of a long-term sponsorship agreement between the Brewers and American Family Insurance. The naming rights will last for 15 years. Stay with us. Gary has a final check of the weather when we come back.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands for every room in your house at guaranteed lowest prices. With Serta Queen sets from $3.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture New Year's sale. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
How about poor Fred Wilson?
What a shame. So soon after retiring.
I hear his wife needed help with the funeral expenses.
That's ridiculous. He had Social Security.
When my brother died, his wife received a check from Social Security, all right, for $255. The funeral costs were well over $8,000. How on earth did she pay for it? Fortunately, my brother bought additional life insurance before he retired. I bet that cost a pretty penny, huh? Not with Colonial Penn. Coverage options start at just $9.95 a month. Well, less than 35 cents a day. I have it myself.
We both do.
Both of you?
That's right. Neither of us had to answer any health questions or take a physical exam. In fact, no one our age can be turned down for any health reason.
No one?
Nope.
Is this a plan that offers a lot of protection at first and then reduces it little by little each year?
No. I've had this coverage for years. My benefit never decreases as I get older.
Your rates go up every year, right?
No, not at all.
Friends keep telling friends about guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. With this coverage, your premium never increases for any reason, and your benefit won't decrease simply because you grow older. Options start at just $9.95 a month. If you're age 50 to 85, you cannot be turned down because of your health. Colonial Penn specializes in protection for mature men and women. To find out more, call now.
Call now and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner and this free prescription savings card that can help you save up to 80% on prescription drugs. Call 1-800-797-8989 for your free information and 2 free gifts. There's no risk. That number again is 1-800-797-8989. Call now.
Hey, got a great deal at Toyotathon.
Got a great deal at Toyotathon.
You too, huh?
Got a great deal at Toyotathon. Yeah. Got a great deal.
Okay, it's the final days of Toyotathon. Yes. Time for you to get a great deal.
Right now, during the final days of Toyotathon, you can lease a new 2021 Toyota Camry for $239 a month. To learn more, visit Toyota.com.
It all ends January 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now. Get top name brands for every room in your house at guaranteed lowest prices with power lift chairs from $7.99 and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture New Year's sale, open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News. With record-breaking COVID deaths for the second day in a row, new worries tonight over New Year's Eve celebrations. What state and local officials are doing nationwide to try to persuade Americans to stay home. Plus, the major storm expected to bring snow and ice from the Midwest to New England. What to expect heading into the weekend. And how 2 very young entrepreneurs are using an innovative business idea to pay it forward. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And before we leave you at 5, let's get a final check on the New Year's Eve forecast with Gary.
Well, you can see temperatures for the most part are in the upper teens to around 20 degrees. So we're not looking at a very warm New Year's Eve night. In fact, we'll probably be down to around 10 degrees by midnight. But we still have that alert day in the forecast for tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for areas south and east of Madison for several inches of snow and perhaps some freezing drizzle. Areas north and west of Madison may miss out altogether. Look for temperatures to drop to around 10 by midnight, be in the teens by morning, and then tomorrow's high at 50 or 30 degrees with some flurries late in the day.
All right, Gary, thanks so much. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good evening and hope to see you back here tonight at 6.